Hi guys, welcome to week 3 of the GPC. As per usual, I'm here, Christian, coach of the New Jersey Jumpluffs, the OG. Um, and today, excuse me, start off by saying excuse the voice, my throat is dying on the inside a little bit from today, so just bear with me. So this week, after our devastating loss, as you spoilers from last week, if you want to go see what I mean by devastating loss, check the video before this because it was a fun experience. But anyway, we are right now sitting 1-1, kind of in flux at the moment. Ow, I just hit my hand on the table. Wow. We're kind of in flux right now, being at 1-1, but still early in the season. We have a lot to go, and let's just hop into this builder before I start rambling per usual. This week we are going against Evader, not Ballistic. That's a joke from last video because I'm illiterate and forget things, so that's always fun. So this week we're going against Evader, and his squad looks a little like Landorus T, Mega Charizard X, Primarina, Cobalion, Tangrowth, Eelektross, Alakazam, Drapion, Aromatisse, Trevenant, and Cryogonal. Yes, I have it set up on my laptop because I need places to look. And we all know what my team is. Whatever. So, looking at his team, I noticed, wow, there's a lot of ground weaknesses, and my best ground type is Donphan, so we're going to make this work somehow. And literally the first thought I had was offensive Donphan with Rock Polish, because he does have checks for it, but like, Lando T doesn't really want to take an Ice Shard, depending if it's bulky or whatnot. Charizard X does not want to take an Earthquake, especially Max Adamant. Cobalion doesn't want to, Alakazam doesn't want to, Drapion doesn't want to, Aroma doesn't want to. So, and then, of course, Tangrowth doesn't really want to be taking Gunk Shot. So, I have options here. Of course, Max Attack. Speed, 50 speed, I believe. Outspeeds, it's like, well, 50 speed, max 50 speed would outspeed Tangrowth, but I think I just put a little bit in, just for, funsies. Yeah, I put a little bit in for funsies, to, outspeed things, because I can't outspeed Primarina. But I can outspeed, oh my god, I just blanked. I can outspeed Tangrowth. Wow, I'm just like, everything's falling apart right now. So, with that being said, this is pretty much just offensive Donphan, which I personally love. Next up we have Cradilly, more of a defensive variant. It's kind of just supposed to eat up hits in general. So that's always a fun time. Not a lot in HP since it has a pretty decent amount, and split between defense, but it's mostly invested in special defense for Primarina and Tangrowth and Eelektross. Toxic, of course, is important. Getting rocks up this game is very important. And Earthquake, again, hits most of his team. I decided over like Rock Slide or Seed Bomb because they're not going to do as much, personally, in my opinion. And, of course, Storm Dream is important for the Primarina. Next up, Salazzle. Again, HP Ground, because everything will have ground coverage in this team. Nasty Plot, Fire Blast, Sludge Wave. Enough speed to outspeed his fastest Mon, which not named Alakazam. Because, wait, Alakazam's like base like 1... I can't spell Alakazam. This is great. Yeah, Alakazam's base 120, so I knew I couldn't outspeed that. So I kind of just made it outspeed, not even, wait, this is, oh, it's not. Where's the plus? It was supposed to be this, I believe. Yeah, it's supposed to be Timid Nature. So I could outspeed, wow, this, yeah, when I transfer my teams from my laptop to my computer, because as I've explained before, I play my matches while I'm at college, and then I come back home because I'm only an hour away, and then just record, upload, do my thing. And let's see. Yep, I'm correct. I was timid nature, so that's to pretty much outspeed pretty much every single mon that's not Alakazam. Oh my god, I'm scrambling. Everything's happening so much. It's to outspeed Cobalion. That's it, because I forget Cobalion's base 108. So pretty, again, standard setup, Salazzle. Next up, Flying Z Stellastila, with Autotomized 4 attacks, or 3 attacks, no 5 moves. Earthquake, Air Slash, Giga Drain, Earthquake, of course, for the stab, or not for the stab, for ground coverage. Like I said, everything will have ground coverage. And then Air Slash, Giga Drain, which pretty much hits the majority of his team for nice hits, and Autotomize could sweep through his team if need be. And then Flying Z to nuke whatever I need. Slowbro, this is a fun set. It's an Assault Vest, so it can tank hits from Alakazam, Eelektross, Tangrowth, and Primarina. And if need be, a Landorus or a Mega Charizard, it can live a hit and then counter back and just one-shot it. Has a nice array of bulk, kind of similar to Cradily, but more invested in defense. So kind of the opposite, while Cradily's specially defensive with a mix in defense. Slowbro is heavily into defense, but again, with the Assault Vest, it really balances it out. And then finally, normal DD Mega Altaria, the base 180, the base 80, with what I have, outspeeds Primarina, max speed, just in case I need that. And then attack, and I wanted a little bit of bulk and special defense for Eelektross, because I realize electric is always a problem for me, especially with the team that I have. And just a little bit of bulk. I wish I had a little bit more attack, but what are you going to do? So, pretty much the team that I expect Lando, I expect Charizard X, I expect Primarina, probably expect Tangrowth, and maybe like Trevenant or something like that. Trevenant or like Cobalion or maybe Cryogonal, seeing how well Vanillix did against me last week. Maybe he'd bring Cryogonal. So that's kind of like what I see, and I think this team can handle whatever he wants to bring. I just need to play kind of smartly and then save Donphan or Mega Altaria till the end to just clean up and sweep. So that being said, let's hop into the match. Alright guys, we are here, we are back, and as you can see by the team, I'm scared because Eelektross, as you know, is the bane of my existence, as all we need to do is look back 3 videos, so week 3 or 4 of GPC Season 4. It's on my channel. It was like the last thing I uploaded before this season, so that explains it all. I think my team matches up pretty decently, but let's just hop into it. So, I lead out with Cradily because it's kind of the smartest thing. It's the safest bet. He leads off with Landorus, and I'm going to see how much damage this thing does. And 57 is not what I want to be taking from this thing, especially seeing that I'm a little bit defensive. So I'm kind of nervous. I'm like, well, that kind of sucks. But at least I fired off the Toxic. Go into Celesteela just in case he goes for something sneaky, as he sets up his rocks. I stupidly go for the Air Slash here, knowing full well he's probably going into this thing, and now I'm in a bad position. As I'm going to go into Cradily, and he's going to fire off a Giga Drain, which is interesting, because I could have stayed in with Celesteela and gone for something, like just the Flying Z right away to knock this thing down, and now he reveals the Acid Spray, which this is just going to be annoying now, because I really don't have a good option for Acid Spray Eelektross. Because Eelektross is just a pain in my ass sometimes, or most of the time. So to go in the Donphan, of course I really don't have anything to hit this thing. I wish I had Smackdown Earthquake, that would have been cool, but, you know, didn't think about it. Go back into Cradily. It's going to be, this whole part is going to be playing a lot of mind games, and kind of thinking what to do. As he's going to go back into Landorus as I get up my rocks finally. That's going to be nice to have up. He's going to miss the Stone Edge as I recover up. So now this thing being at full health is very helpful. And his Landorus is getting chipped away, which is kind of cool. So he's going to go back into this annoying thing, as I'm going to switch out into Slowbro. He goes for a Thunderbolt, does 44%. I'm like, great. And he gets the Para, which is like a 2.2% chance of happening. Skull does 0 damage because I'm barely invested, which shows me that this thing is bulky, and I do not like that. So he can just fire off an Acid Spray again, and this is getting pretty monotonous and kind of annoying at this point. Because I have nothing to hit this thing with because I have Earthquake. But I finally get off a Toxic on this thing to whittle this thing down, so that's the one positive, I would say. As I go into Celesteal as stupidly as he goes for a Thunderbolt. And of course, 2 Thunderbolt Paras. It just doesn't happen. And as you know, the freeze last week, this is just a slap in the face at this point. So now I have to stack off my Celesteela, when this thing could have been very useful. Mind you, should I have stayed into Cradilly? Probably, but he probably knew I had nothing to hit this thing. So I'm just going to go into Altaria at this point, and then I'm just like pissed. I'm done. I probably should have just Dragon Dance normally as he goes for the Acid Spray, so it wasn't super effective. Oh, excuse me. And I'm just going to take this thing out. I'm just going to use a return, get this thing out of my sight, because I'm annoyed. As he's going to go into, most likely, his defensive wall in the Tangrowth. As I'm going to roost up, see what he goes for, and he goes for the Leech Seed, which I wish I D-danced up there. So I could have gotten like maybe another D-dance up, and then just gone for a return. But as you'll see here, as I said in my team builder, I didn't have a lot of attack invested in. I think I had like 130. So return only does 55%. And the Rocky Helmet plus this Hidden Power plus the Leech Seed will knock me out since I have Acid Sprayed like half special defense, which was awful. So now I go into Salazzle, and I'm like, great, both my sweepers are gone. This is not looking well for me. So Fire Blast, of course, doesn't have a lot to take this. Fire Blast. He's going to switch out. I'm just going to stay in and go for Fire Blast because I'm kind of not in the mood with this thing. So I'm kind of catching up. I'm ahead 4-3. But again, the last 3 months are very threatening to me. So I'm going to go on Cradilly, predicting the Scald, which is perfect. Now, I wish I was Giga Drain here instead of Earthquake. I'm starting to regret that Earthquake play. So, Moonblast only does 40% around. So, if I can just keep, like, recovering up, I should be okay and live. But, of course, he gets a crit here. As I go for the Toxic anyway. So, I don't know if I would have lived another Moonblast. But, of course... It's just frustrating at this point. He gets a pity crit here. And of course, Salazzle is not going to be able to knock this thing out, because this thing's kind of bulky. I'm kind of upset that I didn't have Giga Drain or a Grass move on this Cradilly, because now I'm just super set back. As this goes down to Toxic, I could have saved the Salazzle for something. So now Slowbro comes in, because I don't have enough into special attack. This Scald is going to be doing nothing, as you will see right now. So it's not even enough to kill with Ice Shard from the Donphan, because it does 36%-ish. And so my only one play is to get up a Rock Polish and pray to Jesus that somehow this Energy Ball does not kill, which we all know it's going to kill. And we lose 2-0. So not the best position we could have been in. If I prepped a little better, I probably could have won this game. I still played it down to the wire. Vader played a great game, especially with that annoying-ass Eelektross set that I didn't prep for. I think it's between me over-prepping and me kind of vaguely prepping, and what I mean by that is I'd have, like, this is my special wall, this is my physical wall, this is my attacker, and it's... You don't always have to do that. You can have, like, something that's, like, mixed defense, but I did that for, like, everything. Like, Cradilly was mixed defense, Slowbro was mixed defense, like, I didn't, and, like, Altaria wasn't fully attacking. Like, I can play around with, like, a little bit of bulk here and there, but, like, Altaria didn't have enough firepower. Cradily didn't have enough bulk to live some things, like the Moonblast from whatever that thing is called, Primarina. Slowbro didn't have enough special defense to live stuff from Alakazam or Eelektross. And yeah, I kind of overpredicted for that he'd bring ground weaknesses, and he brought 0. So it's a little unfortunate. Good thing is we are still in 4th place, and top 3 make playoffs. So I'm not mad about that. We're 1-2 with a negative like 1 differential, something like that. So we're not in a bad place whatsoever. We're in a pretty solid place. So yeah, that's really all I have. A pretty uneventful game. Shout out to Evader for a great game. Brought a nice like Eelektross set that really put in work. Primarina bulk really put in work. Just wish I kind of prepped better, honestly. It's like, especially coming off of last week, I needed a rebound. But I know what I need to improve on. I know strengths and weaknesses with this team now that we're 3 weeks into the season, and I can definitely pull this around and make a playoff run. It's not that difficult. I definitely have the capability, both personally and team-wise, to get into the playoffs somehow. So yeah, I think that's really all I need to say or have to say about this game. Everyone's information will be in the descriptions below. Next week we play Carson, so that's going to be a very important game since he is in 2nd place, I believe, in our division. So if we can get that win, we can probably leap him into the playoff picture, which is huge. So with that being said, my throat's dying, and this is my 2nd time recording this. So I will see you guys next week when we play Carson. Thank you guys so much, and have a good one.